Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Several of you have asked me to get one of the flows up online, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm actually going to break it down into 3 different sections, so that way we can kind of plan accordingly, and if we have time we can do all 3 sections together. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and get started with this first section. Sitting up nice and tall, lifting through the spine, relaxing the shoulders. If there's any tightness in the hips, feel free to sit on a couple of blocks or a pillow. Lifting the hips helps take that pressure out of the hips. So with the shoulders back and down, softly closing the eyes. Letting go of the world outside as we bring our focus to the breath. Inhaling and exhaling deeply through the nose. Letting each breath in become a little deeper. Each breath out a little slower. As we take the next few moments to simply enjoy this breath. When we're ready, slowly, gently, blinking the eyes open. Connecting our breath to our body for 3 deep breaths as we inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up to the sky. Then as we exhale, pressing the fingertips all the way down to the earth. 2 more times, just finding that space between the heavens. One more. Then as we inhale, right arm sweeping all the way up. Nice lateral flexion. If we're comfortable, we can sway away a little. Remembering to keep the right hip firmly planted. Breathing deep, lots of space between the earlobe and the shoulder. Deep breath in. Then as we breathe out, centering chest to knee, letting the right hand come down, lengthening through the spine, and just relaxing over the left leg. Feeling the stretch happening in the hip. If we're carrying any tenderness, tightness in the lower back, while we're here, we can bring this stretch into the back area by pressing both hands in, rounding through the back, pressing the lower back away from the fingertips. Feeling that stretch happening through the right side of the body. And lengthening out the spine, walking both hands to the center, gently reaching away. Remembering throughout our practice today to always listen to our body, honoring our abilities as well as our limitations, especially for nursing injuries. Bringing the hands under the shoulders, gently rising up. Deep breath in, reaching up high. Exhale, fingertips press down. On our next breath in, left arm reaching up. If we're comfortable, we can reach away. Still breathing deeply. Watching the left shoulder. Sometimes in this pose it starts to creep forward. When we're here, we want to really focus on the side of the body, keeping the shoulders nice and open. As we exhale, centering chest to knee, relaxing over the right leg. Again, if we have any tension in the lower back, pressing that part of the back away from the fingertips. Play with all of our poses. As long as we're moving mindfully, we're going to avoid injury. But I want to give you the opportunity to explore every variation that we have in yoga. May not all happen today, but over time, hopefully we'll hit a couple more options. Once again, walking both hands to the center, gently reaching away. Breathing deep into the hips. And bringing the hands under the shoulders, gently pressing ourselves up. As we come on to all fours, we can either lift the hips or sweep the feet around behind us, coming into our cat-cow. Hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Taking a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, scoop the tailbone, round through the lower back, into the middle back, into the upper back. Let the head relax. Then as we breathe in, lift the head, lift the tailbone, let the belly sink. Exhale, scoop the tailbone, round through the spine, breathe in. Inhale, lift the head and tail. One more time. And coming back to a neutral spine. Spreading the fingers out nice and wide, middle finger directly in front of the wrist as we curl the toes under, picking our hips up into our first downward facing dog. Pressing the fingertips away from the shoulders, we can lift the heels up as we begin to walk the dog. Lowering one heel down, keeping the opposite leg nice and soft. Picking that heel up, switching sides. Beginning our sun salutation. We'll take the first flow nice and slow. So as we breathe in, coming into plank or high push-up, stacking the shoulders over the hands. For some of us, we may have to wiggle the feet back a little. That's okay. Option, we can always bring the knees to the mat. As we come through crocodile, shoulders away from the ears, elbows hugging into the ribs as we lower down. Rolling the shoulders back, coming into baby cobra. If we're comfortable, we can take it into a king cobra. Up dog is always an option if you're familiar with that. Curling the toes under, engage the core, take it back to our downward facing dog. Looking to the fingertips, left foot lunges or steps forward. Right foot joins in, forward fold. We're going to hold here just for a breath or two. With letting the backs of the legs wake up. Knees are soft as we inhale, reach and rise all the way up to the sky. Hands into the heart center. And release. Deep breath in, reaching up high. Knees are soft, belly's in, swan dive, nice and slow. We're going to take it super slow. Enjoy this journey from standing into forward fold, using the back muscles, then release to forward fold. Lunging the left foot back, step it back as far as it can go. Lifting through the heart, back leg is strong. Breathing deep. We can stay here. We can always bring the back knee down too if we need a break. If we're comfortable, inhale, reach and rise all the way up. Then as we breathe out, sweeping the hands back down, right foot steps back, downward facing dog. Now we're going to add the breath. Inhale, floating to our plank. Crocodile sinks us down. Deep breath into cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips back to our down dog. Looking to the fingertips, right foot lunges or steps forward. Left foot joins in. Forward fold. Knees are soft, belly's in. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up to the sky. We can add a gentle back bend. Hands into the heart center. And release. Deep breath in, reaching up high. Exhale, swan dive, nice and strong, into our forward fold. Right foot lunges back, get it back then. Lift through the heart, nice and strong, rooted to the ground. Then when we're ready, inhale, reach and rise up. Exhale, sweep it down. Stepping back to downward facing, left foot goes back. Inhale, floating to plank. This time we're going to add in a little half croc if we want it. We can stay here, or hugging the elbows in, hovering over the floor. Deep breath in, press it back to plank. Crocodile, sink it down. Cobra or up dog. Toes curl under, chin to chest, take it back to our down dog. Looking to the fingertips, left foot lunges forward. Right foot joins in. Forward fold. Deep breath in, knees are soft, arms are strong, rising up. Hands into the heart center. And release. Deep breath in. Slow swan dive all the way down. Again, notice the back, engaging it, knees are soft. Left foot lunges back. Lift through the heart, nice and strong, root in. And when we're ready, inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, sweep it down. Downward facing, right foot steps back. Last one, inhale, floating to our plank. Holding here, or half croc if we want it. Press it back to plank. Crocodile all the way down into our cobra or up dog if we choose. Downward facing, chin to chest, engage the belly. Looking to the fingertips, right foot lunges or steps forward. Left foot joins it. Forward fold. Deep breath in, reach and rise up. Pushing the heels into the ground. Hands into the heart center. And release. Deep breath in. Exhale, swan dive down. Right foot lunges back. Roll the shoulders back nice and strong. If and when we're comfortable, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sweep it down. Downward facing. Inhale, floating to plank. Plank pose. Moving into side plank by bringing the left knee under the left hip. Kicking the left foot out like a kickstand. Right heel comes down, right hand floats up. Scooping the tailbone nice and strong. We can hold here. If we're comfortable, we can take the left foot out to meet the right. Either side by side for a nice wide base. We can stack it. We can float it up. We can play with it. Whatever's comfortable for our body today. Honor that, listen to it, breathing deep, making sure our left hand is directly under the shoulder. Then on our next breath out, floating it back to our plank under the right hip. Kicking the right foot out like a kickstand, left heel down, left hand up, scooping the tailbone. So if we're sticking our bums out, somebody's going to come by and pinch it. So we want to keep it tucked up nice and strong. We can hold here. Again, if we want a little more, we can take the right foot out to meet the left. Side by side. Stack it or lift it. Whatever works, breathing deep. And on our next breath out, taking it back to plank. And back to down dog. Squeeze the belly, lift the hips up. Looking to the fingertips. Walk, skip, hop, jump, feet to hands, whatever we want to do. Reload it up there. Forward fold. With a gentle bend in the knees, engaging the belly, rolling it up one vertebrae at a time. When we almost reach the top, roll the shoulders back and away, floating the head up. So we move into warrior one.